We're starting with about a 3/4 pound ribeye steak. This is prime grade from Costco. As you can see, there's a little bit of silver skin around it. Some here. Now I only take off whatever's exposed. If it's under the fat, I'm not going to take it off. Once you're done trimming it, it'll look like this. So I'm going to show you how I trim these. See this silver skin here? We're simply going to go under it with a knife. Up. And then start slicing underneath. Be very careful with your fingers. Lift and cut. Show you from this angle. Now this is the only piece that's exposed here, so I'm going to cut right underneath it. You see this hanging off? You can just take that off. No need to leave that on there. This piece here, I'm going to take that off. It's more exposed than covered. So there you have it. 2 ribeyes, prime grade. We're going to let these ribeyes sit out and come up to room temperature while we get our potatoes ready. I have 5 potatoes which I've rinsed. I cut these into quarters, skin on. Now we're going to add some water. You only need enough water to cover the potatoes. We're going to let these come to a boil. Boil them for about 13 to 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper these steaks. I know what you're thinking right now. Is he really gonna cook those on a countertop oven? Yes, we are. We're gonna set this thing to 225 degrees, and these ribeyes are gonna slow cook for about 30 minutes, maybe up to an hour, until it hits an internal temperature of anywhere between 128 and 130. Its steaks are in the oven. They're sitting at about 54 degrees. We're gonna go check on our potatoes. Our potatoes have been boiling for about 14 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. We're going to wait until our ribeyes hit about 110 degrees internal before we throw our potatoes on the skillet. We'll check back in about half an hour. These ribeyes were pulled off at 129. We're going to let them rest for about 10-15 minutes. Meanwhile, we got our potatoes on the skillet. I added a little bit of butter so they can brown nicely. We're gonna season these potatoes with this Trader Joe's onion salt. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. It's great on potatoes. Alright, the potatoes are done. It's time to sear these steaks. Our skillet's buttered and ready to go. So you want to sear these presentation side down. We're gonna sear these for a total of 6 minutes. 2 minutes each side, and then we're gonna roughly sear the edges. Steaks are done. We're gonna rest them for about 10 minutes before we cut into them. Alright, so here's the finished product. Our potatoes are looking good. And the steak, perfectly pink throughout, with the nice little crust on the outside. Juicy, tender. Can't wait to eat.